Hi, everyone. Today, we're going to go ahead and put together my rebreather. A lot of what I get asked is, how hard is it to set up? What do you do to set up? It's a little more complicated, unfortunately, than those of you using open circuit, right? I'm going to do open circuit. I run out to my garage. I throw some stuff in my case. I throw some tanks in, and I'm off and running. Rebreathers, there's a little bit more to do, and there's a little more setup. So here are the pieces before we start putting all of it together. So over here, I've got my hoses. So these are the hoses that come down. I've got my regulator over there. These are the hoses in the front counter lung. This is the thing that I breathe into and that holds the air. If we come over here, I've got my air, which is my diluent, and I've got my O2, 100% O2. And then certainly we've got our canister, which is what we're going to breathe into, and we're going to fill this up with softener lime. And then the actual unassembled rebreather here you can see. Nothing in the front. We've got our electronics. And then last but not least is certainly our softener lime, which goes into the canister. That's the thing that as we breathe out is going to pull out the CO2 and give me back some oxygen. So hang on for a bit. I'm going to time-lapse this and make it move much quicker so you don't have to kind of go through everything with me, and we're going to assemble it. Here we are. We're going to go ahead and fill up our softener lime. As you can see, we're trying to make sure that we get it even, and we want to get it completely packed. Go ahead and put together our rebreather. We're going to assemble the hoses, we're going to attach the loop, and we're going to make sure that everything is sealed and tight. The next thing we were going to do is then go ahead and add our bottles. Okay, so we have set up our rebreather, which basically means we've attached all the canister, all of the pieces, all of our hoses. I talked about kind of the front counter lungs. We've got our loop that we can breathe off of. We've got kind of everything basically set up. For the next step of this, we're going to need to run through our checklist. And our checklist is going to ensure that I had everything set up properly, that things are holding seal, meaning when I breathe in it as a closed circuit unit, you want to make sure that I'm not losing gas or that there's water that can get in. So we'll go ahead and do that now. I'll go ahead and start it, and we're just going to do a quick time lapse so you can see what I'm doing. So in this part, we have to do a bunch of different things. First thing we're going to do is we're going to check the seals on the bottle. So we turn them on, make sure that they hold gas so that we don't have any leakage. From there, we're going to go ahead and check our counter lungs. We're going to fill those up. We're going to work on positive and negative. Then we're going to go ahead and check our solenoid to make sure that we can get to a higher pressure, make sure all of our electronics are working. Then we're going to do the same on the air side. When that's all said and done, we should be good to go. Okay, so we have our rebreather set up. We're going to leave it. I've turned everything off. I empty it out. I'll let it sit here until tomorrow morning when I go diving.